Every so often, we come across a problem in business that forces us to step back and reevaluate. And in the case of doing these Matt Hacks videos, I was doing them 4 times per week in addition to our articles that we came out with on Tuesdays. But a couple of weeks back, I decided to just flat stop doing it. And the reason was because I was starting to hate the process of actually doing them. And it's not that I didn't like making the content, it's that it felt robotic and it felt forced after a while. Because one of the core values that I'm building the AutoGrow company on, the first being self-improvement, the second being creativity, the third being enjoyment. Because I think that enjoyment for me and for my team is really important and really important to any sustainable company. Because if you're doing work that you hate for a long enough period of time, that work is not going to be sustainable. And I think that this comes through with a lot of other successful people in their fields, is that because I'm not one of those people that's a huge fan or preach, the importance of passion in everything. But and especially, I don't believe that it's actually a core ingredient for success. But I do believe that it is enjoyment is an important ingredient in your work in order for it to be sustainable. Because I believe that you can succeed in the short term, even if you hate the work that you're doing, but over the long term, I think that that lack of enjoyment will ultimately bleed into the way that you lead your company and into your team and into the work that you actually put out and produce. So that being said, what happened a couple of weeks ago was I decided, you know what? I need to step back and I need to reevaluate how I'm doing these videos because I'm not enjoying the process. And I feel like the quality with each video could be that much higher. Plus, I originally started making the videos in an effort, as an experimental effort to see if it would grow our traffic. And it did grow our traffic, but when I measured it, and this was kind of the final nail in the coffin that made me say, I have to pause and reevaluate. When I looked at the amount of traffic that was coming in, it represented out of about 32,000 visits coming to our site, only about 5% or about 1,500 visits to the site on a monthly basis. And I said, what am I taking the time and the effort to do this if I'm not enjoying it and it's not really getting us much in the way of traffic results? So I said, let me put this on pause, and I did. And in the couple of weeks that have passed since that time, I've come to see, number one, what the value of the videos really is to the business, which was actually really, really surprising. And I'll share an interesting stat with you in a second on it. And second, um, beyond just how do I continue to do it in a way that's sustainable and that's going to give you as a member of our audience the maximum amount of value, and for us, if we want to generate traffic for them, how we can make them that much better in terms of being something that other companies would be interested in promoting alongside us. Um, so here's what I came up with. I said, number one, quality over quantity. Number two, don't be robotic about it, but perhaps let's have some sort of a minimum where we come out with it maybe at least once per week. Because number three, what I found from looking at the data was that from one week to the next, our sales dropped 66% when we stopped making those 4 videos. So even though only 5% of our total traffic was being generated from these videos that we were sending to our email list, uh, the level of engagement and I guess the level of relationship that the videos were working to build with you, our audience, was that much higher that people were that much more interested and willing to invest and give our training products, funnel diagrams, the sales funnel blueprint, the six-figure sales funnel training, and our other products a try. Uh, because from one week to the next, we made, for example, about $1,600 in the week before. And then we stopped doing the videos the next week. Sales dropped down to something like about $550. So more than a 66% drop, or two-thirds, which is huge. And you wouldn't expect that. But I suppose this is an example of one of those things where big doors swing on small hinges. And, you know, the majority of our sales were coming from a small amount of our traffic. So what I want you to take away from this video is, what is it, whether it's related to your traffic or another part of your funnel, anything that you're doing to get results, step back, maybe consider putting it on pause, just stop doing it altogether, because when you do that, it will help you to get some perspective on whether or not it's actually working, and it may give you some interesting insights when you step back, evaluate, take the time to think about it objectively, take yourself out of that process, and you may find that maybe it's generating a result in a different way that perhaps you didn't expect. So leave a comment below. Let me know about one thing in this respect that you perhaps identify with, that maybe you need to step back and reevaluate on. And I look forward to hearing from you. So I look forward to also seeing you in the next Matt Hacks videos, which are coming back now. All right, so until next time, my name is Matt Hack in the Matt Hat, delivering you your daily dose of Matt Hacks.